Marketing for the now, marketing for the now, marketing for the now, marketing for the now. 10 minutes, 12 remarkable guests for 2 hours answering a singular important question. Are you ready, Gary? What do you think?
Next, we welcome QuHarrison Terry, an entrepreneur who founded 23VV, the world's first digital art marketplace powered by the blockchain. He recently sold the world star hip hop chain for 121 ETH on OpenSea and is also the author of the NFT Handbook, which is being published by Wiley later on this year. Every year, QuHarrison picks one skill that he knows very little about and challenges himself to master it. This year, Japanese. Welcome, QuHarrison.
Konbanwa. Well, what's up, y'all? What's up? Gary V, what's popping? I mean,
great to see you.
Life is good for me. What about you?
Yeah, things are well. Thank you for asking. Talk to me about your, I'm giving everybody the first 3 minutes just to Manifesto 101 or 5, 6, 7 bullets that you want the people to hear. You know, you've been in it, you're doing your thing. What do people need to know, or what's intriguing to you?
It's still day zero, right? I think that's the first thing that anyone that's looking at this, whether you got involved with it 9 months ago, 3 years ago, or you're just starting today, it's day zero for NFTs. And what that means is you can still learn and be impactful no matter where you're at. And because there's so many industries that haven't been NFT'd yet, or haven't picked up the technology and decided to use NFTs in whatever fashion they will, you can possibly become that expert. And I think that, like, you know, to answer your question, Gary, what would I recommend someone to do is I would say, go learn, right? And I think learning is different for everybody. There's no one size fits all solution for knowledge, just in general, right? Some people learn better off Instagram. Other people learn better off a textbook. Figure out what's most applicable for you and go find the medium at which there is NFT inspiration there. If you're an Instagram person, you like social media, @NFT is a great place. It's on Instagram. You follow the account every day. There's new information. They're covering the highlights and they're doing the research for you so you can kind of see what's going on. And if you like something, go dig deep. I think applying that knowledge is the second point, right? If you're going to apply your learnings, that's the only way you're going to understand and build the comprehension that you need to even teach others, or, you know, say this will or this won't work. And ultimately, this NFT space, Gary, I'm curious your thoughts here. My third point would be about showcasing. You have to, this is one of the few mediums where you have to show up and showcase the work in a way that, you know, not only activates your community, but also gets the people talking, right? Like all of the NFT artists that you have on the show today, and just the people that have done something, they all have something to show. And that's the common thread. When it comes to showcasing your work, there's tons of places you can go.
Not only, I'm sorry to interrupt, but not only do I agree with you, I actually think it's the variable. I think that people think it's the technology. I think the variable, or even the art, I absolutely believe the variable is the launch strategy.
Yeah, 100%. And the expertise on the launch strategy. You can't go create a wallet yesterday and say, oh, I'm launching an NFT and expect the community to be with you.
Correct. And you know, for example, with VeeFriends, I didn't want to go fiat. I wanted to educate people on Web3, non-custodial, because I know I'm good at it. I know I have trust. I knew I could protect it. I went authentic with Discord. I went authentic on-chain minting. But it took me 100 days instead of just putting something out.
You know what's funny is I was trying to get some VeeFriends on the NFT side, and every time you do the drop, I would miss it, and then I was just catching the ones I wanted that people were already reselling them. Yeah, there we go. And then I was like, damn, Gary, like I can't even get in, because you'll just put it out on Twitter and I'll see it. I'm like, God, I'm not the first person to see it. So
dude, when did you have your eureka moment? What's your eureka moments?
So you're gonna love this. I was a digital art dealer in 2014. That's when I first started dealing digital art. At the time, I wasn't using the blockchain. I literally had like a couple social media accounts. I was running around with the moniker Artsy Promoter, bought the domain on the internet, put up a few, social media accounts. And I was just going to artists and I was like, look, artists, they make great work. People have money and they like to spend it on it. I'm broke. I'm in college. I could go work at the library. I could go work at like some student thing and like make like $15 an hour, or I could go sell a piece of art and figure it out and I could make $5,000, $10,000. And so I was hitting people up in San Francisco, New York. Peter Vu was one of our first like big clients. And he's this New York artist. So, you know, I'm seeing it and I'm like, whoa, the New York art world. I'm in Wisconsin and I get a Vu piece. And of course, he's like, you know, some black kid out of Wisconsin trying to sell his artwork. And he's this prestigious artist. He's like, oh, hell no. But I'm like, yo, I'm like, Vu, I'm not trying to sell your actual work. I don't even want to sell the prints. I want to sell the digital variants. And he's like, huh? And that's
he's like, he was like, no risk to that. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Exactly. And so like, you know, I was like, yo, you can sketch, all of your work starts intrinsically on a digital medium. I was like, if you're using the Adobe suite, those are all binary bits and pixels. If you're sketching on your Galaxy Note, because he did a Samsung Galaxy Note campaign way back when, right? And so he used the Note, like he was actually one of those people that was about it. And a lot of his sketches he started on his Note. And I'm like, bro, just give me those files and I'll sell them. And so I ended up, long story short, we started this marketplace called 23Vivi a long time ago, raised some money for it. It was fun. We had, you know, a good time. Exit. I'll say we were way too early and we were on the Bitcoin blockchain. Much different than what you see with the Ethereum blockchain and some of the derivatives there, because, you know, Bitcoin blockchain was mad slow. Like, and then at the time, like I'm in college, so we're selling art. The way I did it was I told all my friends, I'd be like, yo, just buy this art piece from me. I'm gonna sell it to you for $1. Because we did this reverse Dux auction model where I'd sell art for $1, just knowing that like it was easier to sell something for $1. And it's just about momentum. Like you just build that momentum, you get the sales, and then, you know, things kind of compound from there. So I would sell like the first 20, I would only make 23 editions. And sometimes we didn't make 23 editions. Sometimes we only had 16 or 5 or 10 just to build artificial scarcity. But the first editions always sold for nominal prices. They'd be like $10, $5, $20, right? And I would then go create markets. I would know like 4 or 5 real art collectors, and I'd be like, yo, you can get a Peter Vu piece for like $300. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. And then they would buy for 300, right? And so I would tell my friends, be like,
you know what, honestly, bro, the only thing I'm thinking about right now is like, damn, I wish Q and I went to college together, because we would have been on that 24-hour hustle. Like, you just, you know, you're grinding and learning your way.
Yeah, and so I did that. I paid for a lot of college using different hustles, Bitcoin. I don't have a lot of it today because, I mean, that paid a lot of my tuition. Yeah. But I mean, I still stayed active in the community. So when NFTs popped off again, like September of last year, I started seeing it bubbling. And I was like, and you know, I'm getting all these texts and tweets and people like, you were so ahead of the curve, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right. So obviously, you know, I get the call one day. And they're like, yo, can you sell an NFT? And I was like, what do you mean? Like sell an NFT? Like that's easy. And so I wanted to apply the same things I just talked about. I wanted to like say, okay, what do I know something about? And for the first time ever, now the general mass market is involved in, you know, these digital wallets and NFTs, and they want in. And so I talked to the people over at World Star Hip Hop, and I was like, yo, can I sell a World Star Hip Hop chain? And I know my name's Q. I'm not trying to impersonate Q from World Star. This is QuHarrison, but I want to sell a World Star Hip Hop chain. And they're like, bro, what are you talking about? You know, World Star, you know how it is, right? They're like, they're clowning me out the room, but they're like at the same time, like, yo, like, what is the kid talking about? And so I finally got them to get on board with it. And, you know, we reached out to the good people over at Lemonade TV to build the audience visually. We did this auction style drop, very similar to 23Vivi, but in this case, we like set the price and said like, yo, it's a digital chain. There's only one of one. We're about to move a digital chain on the blockchain. Like, come catch it off the block. And Ben Baller tweeted about it. And then he hopped on Clubhouse and started ranting. And obviously you have the first person ever make the real World Star chain. That caused all types of waves. We hit TMZ and, you know, Blockboy Crypto talked about it.
I saw the whole thing.
You saw, yeah. So then, and then it sold for 121 ETH, which is, I don't know, in today's price is probably around 300,000, somewhere around there. But though that's the type of thing, those are the type of communities that you really want to take NFTs to, right? Like, and like the world is effortless. I was talking to a company, they make they're in your realm. They're like a alcoholic beverage company, and they're thinking about taking their bottles and turning them into NFTs. And I thought that was a super cool concept. And all these things.
You said something very, very smart right off the gate. everything's going to get NFT'd.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
That's right.
Yeah.
I remember I said that about websites. People laughed. I remember I said it about social media accounts because I pointed to like 45, 50-year-olds at the time, like, you're going to have a social media account. They laughed. Everything's going to NFT.
Everything. The NFTification of everything. So Gary, you're going to NFT this moment right here. Actually, I could do it if you let me. I get your permission?
Approved. Go Q.
All right, cool. We're going to turn this into an NFT. We'll drop it.
See you, my man. Thank you for being on.
Thanks, man. One.